Hello, everyone. I'm on just a few minutes early, just because I thought, well, one, I'm ahead of schedule, so that never happens. And two, I just thought I would jump on a little early to let you guys all get a chance to get on, get a drink, settle in, so that you can join me for this fun, all inclusive live kit creation. So yes, I've already taken my shower because I actually shower with Claire, so my hair is wet right now, but that's okay. We had a good day today. We went to a doctor's appointment, so we found out that he's absolutely huge. Makes me a little nervous that we still have a few weeks to go. But it does make me feel good because I don't want him to come out like, and not be fully developed or something. So knowing that he's farther ahead makes me feel better. And knowing that I'm having a C-section and not a regular birth, then I'm not that concerned about him being so large. But hi, Cindy. Oh, how sweet. I am doing well. It's it's hard these last couple of weeks. I just feel absolutely giant and I feel so much pressure and weight from the belly and the outness of it. So, like it's just not normal for my body to have so much coming out in the front and so much pressure and stuff. But today's a good day and yeah, so I'm excited and I feel like the warm weather today just made a world of difference, and so it's coming fast to the end and he'll be in our arms, and I'll probably still feel phantom kicks for like the next 17 years because boy is he kicking like crazy. Like I felt phantom kicks for a good like 6 months to a year after having Claire, but I didn't feel kicks like this with Claire. So I feel like these are going to last a lot longer. Hi, Denise. Welcome. I'm so excited to have so many of you guys on. Definitely give me a shout out if you are joining in. Maybe we'll get a few new people here with it being an evening time versus a middle of the day time. So that's kind of exciting. But I am just going to be assembling the all-inclusive kit. This is Hello Dear Friend. I love Stampin' Up's all-inclusive kits because I find them to be perfect for gift giving or for a beginner stamper. Like, you have that aunt that you need to buy something for and you really just don't know what to get her because, maybe she's downsizing right now anyway and, she just really doesn't need anything else. But something like this is like an activity as well as like, I'm a huge fan of like consumable gifts only because like, we don't need 5 million things in our house of knickknacks or, maybe it doesn't match my decor or maybe, this, that, or the other. But this is like an activity and it's something that you can use and then it's like gone and over with. So, like if you were like, yeah, I did that and I didn't like it, like it's done and over with. But if you loved it, then, you can use the cards, you can continue using the stamps, the ink, and the clear block on, some other crafty projects and things like that. So I find it perfect for gift giving to anybody because it's all inclusive. And then I think it's also a great step for a beginner stamper to sort of get their feet wet and feel successful with it. Not that I think, beginner stampers can't do, another card or another project by getting stamps, ink, and paper in their hands. But it can sometimes be overwhelming to just have stamps, ink, and paper in your hands and be like, I don't know what to do. So everything is like created and it sort of gives you that chance to like get your feet wet, but with guidance rather than saying like, go out there and ski down the hill. And you're like, I don't know how to do that. But instead you kind of have that guide, which I'm always here for you guys. I know right now it's a little bit harder and I'm not doing in-person classes because of COVID and everything. and the pregnancy. I think this, like, so this is like my last like big event, if you want to call it that. Or actually tomorrow I have Stamp Club. But then I'm done until after he arrives. And this is actually a little bit later than with Claire. Well, she was actually due on the 18th of May, didn't come until the 28th. But I didn't do any events. I did like one small event for a retirement village that I always did monthly in May, but otherwise I didn't do any events in May. So yeah, it's kind of like my last hurrah. But I'll still be doing lives and everything else. This is still available. Hi, Colleen. Welcome from Michigan. You got your plaid paper. Yay! I'm so glad. And your youngest is 27. Oh, Cindy, that's hilarious. Phantom Kicks 27 years later. I can totally believe that, so don't worry. But yeah, I think this is the great, like, getting started, get your feet wet sort of thing for a beginner stamper. And the thing is you could always do one of these cards as the instructions, and then if you're ready to just move forward, then play it up with the other ones. There's 3 each of the 4 designs. So, like, play with the other ones and maybe add a little extra card stock. Maybe mix it up and do it differently to continue letting yourself get used to that inspiration and that awesomeness with creativity and everything. If you like to just do things like the instructions say, that's great too. It is still available, Denise. If you look in the description box, I have a link for it there. So you can see it there. It is $32, and it does come in this cute little gift box. I did like a reveal of like all the contents and everything 2-ish weeks ago. But of course, we're going to look at them all now. So here we have our instructions. I'm a picture girl. So there are actual instructions like on the inside and everything, but I'm a picture girl, so I'm probably just going to leave it open to the front page and just kind of go off of that. And we're going to pull all the goodies out and get started. So it comes with stamps, clear block, ink pad, adhesive, including dimensionals, and envelopes and everything that you need. The only thing it doesn't come with is scissors, but I would bet to say that most of us all have scissors in the house. Hi, Beth. Welcome. So I did actually, earlier today, I went ahead and I scored all of the cards. So there's 2 little cards, 2 big cards. And do we have a preference? Do we want to start with the big cards or the little cards first? So let me know in the comments on that one. And then I did also start to punch out some of these die cuts. So I'm going to work on punching these out while you guys decide whether we should start with the big cards or the little cards. For the greeting pieces, I'm actually not going to punch those out until after I've stamped them. But for all of these, like, die cut embellishment pieces, then I'm going to go ahead and pop those all out. And I actually have all 3 layers, like, stacked together, and then I'm punching them out. Rather than, like, punching out each individual sheet, 1, 1, 1, then I'm just layering them all together and going and popping them all out as one. And then there's a lot of these. I think I'm just going to punch a few of these to get started. Otherwise, I might make a mess of my desk. But what crafter doesn't do that, right? So come on, somebody has to give me an option. Are we starting with little ones? Okay, there's little ones. So we're going to start with these little purple cards. And we're going to set the big ones aside. And we're going to go with this one, which uses this awesome vellum. And it's got that foil on it. Oh, we got little big. So maybe we'll do a little one and then a big one and then a little one and then a big one. Okay, so all of these can be pushed aside. So this goes down first. If you've ever played with vellum, you know that the adhesive usually shows whenever you add adhesive. So a lot of times I like to put my adhesive behind the focal point. So for example, let me show you. That's what the card looks like. And so it's got these on it. So you can see that actually the flower is going to cover up quite a bit of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little adhesive like straight down the center of each of these. And even though it comes with the glue dots, I'll be here all night picking off all those little glue dots. So I'm just going to use my regular two-sided adhesive. So what did everybody have for supper tonight? We had a thrown together supper a little bit. We actually, well, so because of my doctor's appointment, I ended up getting behind on taking a nap when Claire took a nap. But knowing that I was going to get on tonight and hang out with all of you guys, then I definitely wanted to make sure I got a nap in. Because, let's be honest, I start to crash at about 6 o'clock on a regular day, even with a nap. So I wanted to make sure I was somewhat fresh and rejuvenated. I'm not so sure I can say that I feel fresh and rejuvenated after my nap. But here I am. So Brad took Claire outside to play, and she pretty much played all afternoon. That girl could live outside. Like, get her a little tent, and I swear she would never come in. And that's how it was last summer. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like this summer. Like, she might just stay out there. And the neighbor kids were outside, so they were all drawing chalk all over and everything. But we ended up having, like, kind of like a Philly cheesesteak, but it was really, like, we used hot dog buns and it just wasn't like, you know, the perfect Philly cheesesteak. I will say that. It was good though. It was different. I feel like we eat chicken like almost every single night. So it was something that was different. Ooh, pork fried rice. 54th Street. And the geometric shapes are really pretty. I like that they're just random. Like this one looks like a diamond, but it's actually used like this with like flowers all around. So yeah, those are super fun. Like stained glass almost, or it's not glass, stained glass windows sort of things. I didn't really put a lot of dimensional towards the bottom because the greeting is actually going to like smash over the top of it. I do need all the sleep I can get right now. You are totally right. Like my body just, it gives out. Let's just say that. This pregnancy, there's no doubt that my body is telling me I need to sit down. And I'm just going to grab one of my long skinny clear blocks. Just because for small greetings like that, I like to use smaller blocks rather than a big block like this one. Otherwise, there's some rocking happens. Okay, so I think it's these. There's actually 2 sheets of this. So I think I have 6 chances to get this figured out. And that one's not good, so I'm glad I have 6. I'm a little low on my Y. What happened with that one? Okay, well, I'm glad we have 6 chances. Nailed it. Got that one. You know, I always get like a little nervous whenever I do something like that. Like, Laura, seriously, get it together. Everybody's watching you. But you know what? We're all human.
no matter how long you've stamped, you still have those moments where you're just like, what is going on and why can I not get this correct? That one's a good one, even though it is kind of low on that copper edge, but I'm going to go with it unless I love one of these better. And, you know, even if I did mess up all 6 of them, you could always use the back side. It wouldn't have that copper edge, but you could still use the back side. Nothing wrong with that at all. Woo woo for getting your taxes done. I know, I really, we're still waiting on like one other thing, I think, to come in the mail. But otherwise, I think ours are all ready to be sent off to the accountant. And I definitely want to get those sent off soon and possibly done before his arrival. Because I'm just afraid, like, you know, once he arrives, then it'll be June, soon after. And, of course, that's after tax day. So I definitely don't want to be scrambling. Okay. Peeling off dimensional backs. Yeah, so any of you guys who think, oh, she's the perfect stamper, I'm definitely not. Or, oh, I haven't been stamping for a long time. I, you know, make mistakes. So do I. Perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Because we all make mistakes, and that's okay. Because we're all human. Gosh, I love these. They're so cute, and I feel like they totally look like a church window or something. Super, super cute. And then the matching envelopes are these right here. So they have that like green stripe on the inside. Love it. You know what would be super fun is, let's see, what are some of the other greetings? They're quite large. So if I put that, hello, dear friend. If I put that on the inside, though, I think that would be too large. But like this little greenery with the little flower on the inside, I feel like I really want to do that. What are the other colors that are in this kit? Let's see. So it comes with the Misty Moonlight, but it has Old Olive and Melon Mambo. Let's see. The bad thing is my Old Olive is like way over there for class tomorrow. You know, it also said Shaded Spruce. So we're just going to do Shaded Spruce. We're going to mix it up, okay? So I'm doing a little add-on with these items. If you guys watched my favorite products for a beginner stamper right now, then I actually included 2 ink pads to go with this kit in that starter kit, so that you could do something like this, or you could create your own cards. I'm actually going to stamp this on a piece of scrap paper because I think I want it stamped off once. I think I want that lighter look. So that's the original, and then that's the lighter look. And we're just going to stamp this in the bottom corner. And then I'm going to do the flower the same way. Super cute! Love it. That is so, so, so cute. I love the fact that you can stamp off an image for a totally different shade. And so, like, one ink pad, you can get so many different shades of that same color which gives you more versatility on your stamping. So you don't have to own every single ink pad. I don't really know which direction this flower goes. I don't think it really matters. Okay, we're gonna call those done. But like, look how many different shades of green you can get. There's shaded spruce. There's a light green. And there's almost like a minty green. A little darker than mint. But you know, like, look at all those. And that's just by stamping off more and more and more for that lighter tone. Okay. On to the next card. We're going to do one of the big cards because that was the suggestion. So let's do this one. So this one actually has that other geometric shape. And the pink flowers, the purple flowers, and I'm pretty sure it's the small yellow. Yeah, the small yellow flowers. And then you make my heart smile, which is a super cute greeting. So we're going to bring this back in. I feel so horrible. I haven't sent out Happy Mail in what feels like 7.5 years. Oh my gosh. I totally just ripped that stamp. Oh. I will have to piece it together and hope it works for tonight. And then give Stampin' Up! A call to see if I can get that replaced. Because it totally just ripped. I have only had that happen one other time. Boy, tonight is all about showing you guys my crazy stamping. Jeez. Thank goodness this is like my last major stamping. I feel like a hot mess tonight. But that one was good. Ooh, that one was not. But it's photopolymer, so I'm going to try again. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so I got 2. Thank goodness they give you that second sheet. Am I right? So yeah, if I have any newbies on, welcome to Laura's Hot Mess Stamping tonight. Do I dare say that I've almost been stamping for 17 years? You wouldn't think so after tonight. Jeez. Whew. We'll just call it pregnancy craziness. Okay. Claire's getting ready for bed and apparently just jumped off of her bed. Okay, so this is going to go, I'm going to kind of do adhesive on the middle and the bottom because all those flowers. Now see, this one you can't see where the adhesive is, but normally you can kind of see like a adhesive line. I find that some of Stampin' Up's vellums are not super see-through like that. And then other times I'm like, ooh, that one totally is. So it just kind of depends. But I still like to do it in the spots where I'm mostly going to cover it up so I don't have to worry about having that adhesive show through on my vellum. Okay. So the purple flower I'm actually going to do flat and sort of put it down at the bottom. And then the other ones I'm going to layer. Because I really don't want to like pop everything up on Stampin' Dimensionals. I want it to have that like, you know, 3D sort of look with some popped up and layered on top of another one. So I actually think the yellow one might go, So the pink one's definitely going to go on dimensionals because that one's kind of like that overlap over the purple. I'm going to put my dimensionals a little bit farther in than close to the edge so that I can slide stuff underneath it, like the greeting and the yellow flower. And then maybe I should put the greeting on next. Maybe I should put the greeting on first. Ooh, there's actually a little bit of that twine behind it. Behind the greeting. They kind of did it where it's like a bow. Let's see. We might do this one a couple different ways and see which way we like it the best. But it almost looks like they did a bit of a bow. And then placed it on the end like that. And I'll use Stampin' Dimensionals for that one too. I'm definitely a Stampin' Dimensional overuser, but that's okay. I know where I can buy more. A little bit long on the tail. So this one's going to kind of go over that purple flower. The pink flower is going to kind of go over the greeting and the purple flower. And then I don't know if I should pop up the yellow one too, or if I should go flat. I think I'm going to pop it up, at least on this one I am. And I'm actually just going to put one dimensional, and then the other part is going to lay on top of that popped up greeting. So I'm just adding a little adhesive so that it sticks to that. Because I didn't want to like double dimensionalize it, if that's a word, because otherwise it would be popped up like too much. Maybe I could always slide another little dimensional in that spot now that I know exactly where it is, and pop it all up together. There we go. So then there's that little bit of texture on that side. We can always play different ways with that. Like I could always do, one of the things that I really like to do is like loops. So who else had crazy, amazing weather today and feels like it's like spring, summer is around the corner after the amazingness? I don't know if it really was that warm out or if after having, you know, single digits and teens, we're all just thinking anything that's like 30 and above is warm. But I thought it was pretty warm. I mean, it was over 50. I really don't know what the actual like top out one was. Like I heard some things about 60s and stuff. Okay. So let's see how this looks. This one I just kind of did my loops. Ooh, maybe, at first I was like, ooh, I don't like that. But as I pulled that one out, then it really, I think, might take this one dimensional off so that it's not double dimensional. And then we'll do this one on dimensionals too. But what I'm actually going to do this time is I'm going to place a dimensional on my project right here. And then I'm just going to add the flower to it for that layered look. So which one do you guys... Oh, they are the greatest invention ever. Except I definitely find those dimensional backs like all over. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like this one where I tied like a bow and it's, you know, hanging out the ends and the loops? Or do you like this one where it's kind of like the swirl? I kind of think I like the swirl better, but we'll see what you guys say. Do we like the swirl or the loops? They're both kind of loops. But we're going to go with swirl or loops. So cast your vote. Do you like swirl or loops? You know, I feel like I get a lot done whenever it is like sunny and warm outside too. I just feel this like happiness and energy and stuff. Like on a draggy day, I just feel draggy. Like it's gray, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's cold. And I just feel draggy from that. And the sun shines and I'm just like, oh, I can do anything. And so yeah, that's definitely why I love spring and summer too. Swirls, okay, swirls it is. I might actually go a little bit bigger with my swirls. I don't know. Might be a mistake, might not. But again, that's the fun thing about having the 3 cards is that you can kind of play with different options with each one. You don't have to do what the instructions say every single time. You can kind of branch out, try some things. Again, great for a beginner to sort of get their feet wet and feel successful with their creativity. Okay, this totally wants to like loop around and be crazy. So I'm just going to force it with another dimensional to do what I want it to do. That's what adhesive is for, right? Well, I'm glad everybody is voting swirls. For a second, I was like, wait, what card am I doing? Yeah, I definitely went a little bit more overboard with the swirls on this card. Here, this one I feel like needs to be pulled over some more. So let's see. There we go. And then we have our pink flower to overlap and our yellow flower. And when I say I'm a dimensional overuser, we still, like, this is halfway through the kit, and I am over halfway through my dimensional pack. So I might have to get out a few extras and or tone it back a little bit. So yeah, I definitely like the swirls better. There's the littler swirls and then the bigger swirls. But yeah, still super, super cute. And then that's the loops that they kind of show in the instructions. And of course, these come with the green striped cards. Okay, on to the next set. We'll go back to little again. So we'll do the next 3 little cards. These actually go sideways. And these don't have vellum on them, but they do have all of those fun little things. And then one of the big yellow flowers, and the greeting is "Hello, dear friend." Let's not rip one of these stamps. Gentle, Laura. Apparently that's not in my vocabulary, although Brad wouldn't be surprised. He always says I rip into things like a wolverine, so apparently that's what I did. Okay. Looks like it's this fatter square one, because a day to remember is this one. But did we use this long skinny one? Oh, I guess we did. I just messed up a lot of them. But you know what? I'm going to keep all of these messed up ones because I'm going to use the back side as a perfect little greeting piece. Oh, geez, Cindy. I'm glad your boil order is over. I remember one time we had our hot water heater went out, and it was like I want to say it went out like one afternoon, evening, and then didn't get installed until not the next day, but the next day. And yeah, then I felt like I spent like hours and hours like doing laundry, doing dishes, taking a shower, just because it's crazy how much you need water. What? How did that happen? Tonight is not my night for stamping. I have yet to successfully stamp 3 in a row correctly. But that's why Stampin' Up! Gives us this second sheet for any mistakes that we might make. How did it happen again? I am so not on my game tonight. Ooh. Well, I nailed it by stamping it down, but we'll still try one more and see what happens because I do have the extras. Perfect. Okay. I guess I'm just not on my game after 8 o'clock. Okay, so this one, it looks like the green pieces are flat, and then it looks like the flower and the greeting are popped up on dimensionals. So, you know, you can't call me a dimensional overuser because they use a lot of dimensionals. Now, I mean, they probably don't use as many as I do, but that's okay. So, one of these goes off to the left. One goes off to the, ooh, are there lefts and rights? No, it just kind of swoops up or down. So Cindy, did you have issues with your power as well? Or is it just your water that went on a boil order? You know, I might not need a lot of dimensionals for the yellow flower because it's going to overlap over the greeting a little bit. So this I kind of want up high so that that flower fits down low. So I need to not put dimensionals up high on the yellow flower because otherwise it would be double dimensional. So I really just want to put dimensionals towards the bottom. So we're going to do just 2 down low, and I'm actually going to put a dab of adhesive up top to go over that label. Probably should have stamped my greeting a little high on the label so that the flower wasn't a problem, but I think we'll be okay. That was quick and simple. Love it. These actually are all fairly quick and simple. Sometimes I find some of the all-inclusive kits I almost feel like are like an advanced. Like there was one that I got one time, so super gorgeous. It came with colored pencils and everything, And I mean, I like to color, but I also get overwhelmed and bored with coloring pretty quickly. There was so much coloring, I thought I was going to lose my mind. Like, it took me forever. I colored and colored and colored. And so I felt like that kit was a little bit more like advanced. And this one is like quick and simple, and I love it. Like, I'm hoping to get all of these cards done tonight with you guys live and not be here until midnight. So like, we've already done 6 cards. We're on the next set of 3. So to end up with the night with 12 cards, I have no excuse to not send happy mail. Isn't that right? If only I could write with my left hand, because my right side of my body does not like being pregnant. But I have like pregnancy carpal tunnel in my right hand. So like it tingles and my fingertips are numb. So yeah, I like writing out Valentine's took me forever, because I like would write and then I would shake my hand down, and then I would write and then I would shake my hand down. So, and then I'm like, okay, I'll do another card next day, next hour, whenever I have better feeling in my hand, which didn't really come the next day, but I powered through. Maybe I should just print some labels for some happy mail. So you were out of power and water for 4 days. That is crazy. I remember one year, my dad was going on a hunting trip, and so I decided to come home for the weekend, because it was my mom's birthday, which is in January. And I would stop on the way home, was where Brad lived. And I would stop there usually on Fridays on the way home to stop and see him. And then he would usually come visit me on Saturday. And then on Sunday, on my way back to school, I would stop by and see him. Well, I decided, since it was my mom's birthday, I was going to come home from school, even though the forecast did not look the best. And my dad was on a hunting trip, so I even more felt like, I wanted to go home to celebrate with her and everything. And I stopped to spend, Friday evening with Brad. And yeah, an ice storm came and it was horrible. I ended up staying at his house that night and decided to go ahead and trek it home the next day, which probably wasn't even the best idea. And I get home and our house had no power. And we live in the country with well water, so if the power is out, you technically don't have water either, because the well needs the pump. And so we had nothing. My mom was still at work. She worked for the post office at that time. So yeah, it was just absolutely nuts. My brother was like running around trying to get generators together. And then my mom came home from work, and we were like, hey, we're going over to a friend's house because they have a fireplace, because we have no heat or anything here. And she's like, all I want is a hot shower, because she had been out in that cold and everything for so long. But yeah, it was crazy. And then like the next day it was melting off and it was over, and it's just crazy. Ice is super scary. I don't really like ice at all. But there is our 3rd set of cards. I love these. I think they're super cute and fairly simple. And I have a ton of leftover pieces here that I don't know if we use for another one or not. Kind of confused now. I feel like I might have done something wrong, because we're on the I was going to say, we're on the last set, and it shows this flower, and I used all of my flower die cuts, but it's already printed on there, so. Oh, I'm sure you had plenty of dishes. Hi, Carol. You're in Connecticut? Well, that's wonderful. So we have Connecticut and Texas, and then I'm here in Illinois. So lots of fabulous viewers tonight. I'm so excited. Okay, so this one uses that like diamond shape, which I so want to use as a diamond. Maybe I will on one of these. I'm going to set this one aside and we're going to see how the other one goes. But technically they use it as like a teardrop. And then they put this flower on there, which means we have a whole bunch of yellow flowers left over. And so this flower is down towards the bottom. And then it says a day to remember. I'm not so sure I like that greeting. What do you give that one for? I think I might use one of the other ones, like just a little note. Is that one gonna fit? No. But I wonder if it fits on one of the other ones. We're gonna try it. Maybe this is the other reason why they gave me so many extra labels, so that we could try different greetings on different ones. Okay. Maybe I'll mix it up and do this card as a whole bunch of different greetings. For some reason, that middle E is not coming out correctly. Let's get my Stamparatus foam mat out. Today is just not my day for stamping, apparently. Will that one fit over here? Maybe. It would be a beautiful wedding card. So should I do a day to remember? Maybe I should. Ooh, no, that one came out perfect. So one of the things about photopolymer stamps is they don't have that red rubber squish like the red rubber ones do. And so sometimes stamping on like a foam mat, like this is the Stamparatus mat, or you can always use a paper piercing mat, because that foam helps give a little bit and gives nice even pressure on a photopolymer stamp. Why I didn't get this thing out a long time ago, I don't know. Because now I'm stamping much better. Love it. Like, I did 3 in a row. That all came out good. Practice makes perfect. And I still have leftover labels that I can either use the messed up ones on the back side, or I can still use them because I haven't actually made a mess on them yet. So yeah, if you ever have problems getting that perfect image, try using like a little piece of foam or a little like mat or something like that to help with that nice even pressure. Okay, so for this, I'm actually going to put the adhesive down low because that's where that flower is going to be. And then I might do like a little dab up top because that's where that greeting will be. And I'm going to like diagonalize it a little bit. So this one, I feel like you can see a little bit better. Like you can see where the adhesive is. Whereas I feel like some of the other ones, you couldn't really tell where it was. So it's just kind of hit or miss, it seems like, on what it's going to be like. So this is going to go down there where that adhesive is. And then I'm going to do the just a little note. They did do a little bit more of this twine. I think I'm going to do the swirls again because we liked the swirls the best. But it looks like they did that, that bow loop thing. I also think I'm going to like let it go and then like set it down so that I'm not forcing it to curl in a different way. And instead it's doing its like natural curl. And then I'm just going to spread it out with some dimensionals to make sure it looks better. And then just make sure to secure those ends with the dimensionals. Whoop, that one, my dimensional is not quite all the way on the label. Ooh, where's my other end? Oh, right there. You like the extras with the kits? Yeah. I always find there to be so many extras to be able to do so much more with. Oh, that's so pretty. You can't really tell it's a diamond or looks like a diamond. It just looks like this fun little geometric pattern in the background. Okay, so this one we'll go ahead and we'll do fairly similar. But then that last one I'm going to do upside down more like a diamond. And maybe I will actually have enough dimensionals since we are on the final cards. There's definitely going to be plenty of twine left over. Okay. Ooh, I want it to like stay just like that. You know, I'm actually going to use the trim of this. Because after all, no dimensional left behind. I always use my edging. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put all of this down. And then lay it over top of those coils just like that. And hopefully it'll pick it up and look perfect. They definitely don't fight you. I totally agree. Ribbons and bows and stuff like that, it's more of a battle. So I'm just going to set this down like right here, ever so lightly, so it picks back up again, maybe. There we go. And then pop it down on my card. So that was even easier. I just like set the swirls down, let them do their thing, and look how fabulous it is. I do have that end is poking out, but that's okay. You don't have to have it just be the little swirls being loops. You can always have, you know, some of it hanging out the end. Okay. So this one, let's see. I'm going to put most of my adhesive at the bottom since I'm doing it upside down, and that's where my my flower is going to be. I am putting a little strip towards the top because that's where my greeting will be. And dimensionals all over the flower. And then with this one, I think we're totally going to try that curl thing. That might be one of those things that like just magically happened for me that one time and it'll never happen again, but we are going to attempt it. See, this one I feel like is a little tighter, but that's okay. And I'm going to use like every single bit of these dimensionals, I think. Totally not surprised at that. When you do it like this with the swirls, it's even easier than wrapping it around your fingers. So these swirls aren't as big as my last one, so I'm going to kind of do some finagling on the back side. Because all the swirls are at the top. Well, at least there's no swirls at the bottom, so we're just going to go with it. And press. I don't know that you can really tell the difference. If anything, you can see less of the diamond because the greeting covers it up a lot more than the blue flowers. So I would almost say that I actually like this one better with the diamond looking like it's upside down than right side up. Because like I don't really think you can tell that it's a diamond. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Have a wonderful day, Cindy. Enjoy your time with your son and have a great evening. That is the last card anyway. I do have so much left over. You should totally try that out next time, Carol. Like, it's so much easier, especially if you struggle with bows and knots and tying and things like that. But let's see. I have, of course, the stamps, the ink, and the clear block to use for future projects. But I have a little bit of the twine left over. I have 6 of the yellow flowers and 6 of the greenery pieces here. And then all of the leftover labels, especially the ones that I didn't mess up. But here's a few that I didn't mess up. And then even on the messed up ones, I can always just use the back side. Oh, wow, how funny. Oh, is it upside down? Here, let me turn it around for you, Angie. So here is 3 of the big cards. Here's the other 3 big cards. And the coordinating envelopes. And then the little cards are these 2. And there's 3 each of both of these. So I'm going to take out and just do 1 of each of them. So how easy was that? Like chit-chatting with you guys, which I was thinking is going to make me be on here forever. So I made 12 cards in like 55 minutes. How amazing is that with this kit? Love it. It's a great way to get stocked up. But there's the envelopes, and then of course here's all of the cards. Aren't they super cute? A lot of them are fairly generic, which is awesome for sending out happy mail, or to just go ahead and put, "You make my heart smile," and on the inside it's a happy birthday card, or a thinking of you or something like that. And then of course with that very first one, I did stamp the coordinating stamp that's in the set. Here's technically the full set, but I've used all of them but one greeting and stamped it right there on the inside. Super, super cute. But yeah, leftovers to be able to do other cards. I really like this style with the greenery and the yellow. And so since I have extra yellow flowers and extra greenery, that's probably, I'll just take some note cards and envelopes and do that with those. So I did leave a link in the description box so that you guys can purchase this Hello Dear Friend card kit. It is $32. And of course, if you add just a few extra items to your shopping cart and get to that $50 level, then you can earn a celebration goodie. Celebration does end at the end of February. So we have, today is Tuesday and it ends Sunday night. So just a few more days to earn free stamps or designer paper or something like that with your order of stamping goodies to be able to play with. So I hope you guys all had fun. I really enjoyed chatting with you guys this evening and stamping along. I'm glad I have 12 new cards in my stash to be able to use. I'm super excited about that. So I hope you guys all had a lot of fun, and definitely like and share this video, and I'll see you guys next time. So love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.